today we're going to do my Pan That Palette update. I am working on 2 palettes this year because I wanted to. As simple as that. There's no other reason why. I just wanted to. Anyway, we're working on the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude and the Alter Ego Shadow Kiss. I have pans that I want to share. I'm very, very excited. So let's get started. I think I've used both of these palettes equally, but I think the Huda Beauty one is a little bit more exciting because it just is. So we're going to go through the Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego first. So this one, obviously, I've been really enjoying it. I ranked it in my tier 1 ranking when I did all of my palettes. So if you know, you know. I'll put up on the screen what it looked like last time. So we had no pans in this palette at all. Obviously, we had a little bit more use in it because it is a palette that I have always loved, but never been allowed myself to use as much as I wanted to. So that's why I rolled it into my Pan That palette for this year. Anyway, this is what we're looking at right now. As you can see, hopefully, if it focuses, I've been having a love-hate relationship with my camera recently. But I think this is in focus. You can see I do have a nice new pan to share with you, which is right here. And I do have, obviously, a little bit more use scattered around the palette. I'm very pleased with what it's looking like, that I finally hit pan in one of my favorite shades in the palette too, but no other pans to share for this month. So let's just quickly go through the uses. I went into Cloak once. I went into Vanish 3 times. I've been into Mist 3 times. I went into Veil once. I did not go into Fog at all. Risk, I only went into 4 times. I hit pan in the 3rd use and then I used it again. It was a tiny itty bitty baby pan and then I went into it again, like I said, and it expanded quite a bit. But you can see it's really shallow, so I'm sure by next month this is going to look even bigger and juicier. Next up, we've got Disguise. I used that once. I went into Tempt once. I went into Eclipse. Actually, I did not go into Eclipse at all. And I went into Shroud 3 times. Moving on, we have Desire. I went into that once. I went into Shade once. Did not go into Dare. Went into Umbra twice. And then Zeal I did not go into. So that's what we're looking like. At the end of the video, I will put my total uses just so we know what we're looking at. Because obviously if I do those little numbers there, you're like, well, what's the total usage? I do have it at the end of the video. So I will go through both palettes first and then I'll have that there. But I'm really enjoying this. I'll put a few looks if I can find them. I definitely have been slow on my shorts. I have been filming shorts. I just haven't been uploading them to Instagram or obviously YouTube. I do have TikTok, but I don't think I've posted in several weeks on there. It's just not a platform for me. But I have been going into this. I just don't have all the looks to share because I haven't been taking many photos of everything this month, but I will try to be back on track for the following month. I think it's just been a little bit of a stressful month for me. Not really for any reason other than I've just been putting a lot of focus on certain things and I need to prioritize certain aspects of my life at the moment. But anyway, I'm loving this palette. I'm very pleased that I hit the pan and I knew that I was going to. I was just going into this so much. I already had a dip in it. I think what I would love for next time is I'm working on this Vanish shade and I also think that I could potentially try to hit pan in Mist. So these 2 would be more of a focus shades for me. Definitely Vanish, just because I've hit pan and Risk now. I kind of want to go into Vanish. I use Vanish an awful lot of times. And I do like Umbra, but I don't think I'm anywhere near hitting pan. But it is a good shade for me to deepen out looks. I always go into that one. But if I'm not going into this one, I go into one of these 2. But because I have more of a dip in this one, I think I will be going into this one a little bit more. So really happy. And then obviously what other shade I go into, I'll still go into this one obviously and expand it a little bit more. But I think if I can hit another pan, I would be very happy and excited. So been loving it, but the usage hasn't been a huge amount, but I'm using it when I want to use it. And that's what I want to use this project for. I don't want to force myself. And we all know we hate panning. So I refuse. Everybody is just who has been project panning for so long realizes that hate panning is just not worth it. It's not worth it. So anyway, I've been really enjoying that one. All right, moving on. Obviously, we've got the Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty. I will put up on the screen what it looked like last time I obviously had already removed the slippery shade a few years ago, so that one's always been like that. Flower Power I had hit a few years ago too, and I also had a pan in the Naughty shade. So for this project, I didn't actually have any pans to share with you. Anyway, here's what it is looking like now. Again, hopefully it's in focus. I don't know what I'm doing, but you can see I do have some new pans to share. I have a pan in Filthy, and I also have a pan down here, which is called Desire. So super, super excited to share this with you. Obviously, I have more uses in other shades too, but yeah, this is what it's looking like, and I'm very, very excited. Like I said, I feel like I've gone into both palettes the same amount of times, pretty much, but this one, because it has the two fresh new pans, it is a little bit more exciting. So we'll start with Filthy. This was one of my focus shades for the month. I've been going into it quite a bit. I went into it 7 times, including today, and I did use it in this look where I have it like blended out into the edges and also like on the lid. And I didn't think I was going to hit pan, because initially when I used it all over the lid, I didn't. And then when I started blending out, I had the babyest little pan. So very excited about that. I also went into this shade today, but this one I've used 3 times this month. I have to use my NYX glitter glue with this. It just doesn't really show up anymore. And then we have Shameless. This I went into twice. We have Please Me, did not go into that one. Then we have Hypnotic, I went into it once. And then Hard, I did not go into. Untamed, I went into it 4 times this month. Then we have Irresistible, I went into it once. Flower Power did not go into. Rough did not go into. Spicy did not go into. Aroused did not go into. Then we have Naughty. No, what is this one? What is this one called? Tantric. I don't even have it written down on here. Oh my gosh, I didn't even write this shade down on my notebook. I did not go into this shade. Then we have Naughty. I went into it once. Provocative, I did not go into. Desire, I went into it once, and I hit the pan. I just had very little left in there. So when I went into there, I had just a huge pan, and then I was using quite a lot for the look. So that's why it looks like it does. And then this last shade, Juicy, I went into it once. So there we have it. So maybe I actually went into this a little bit less. I just feel like I was going into this shade a lot. I mean, 7 times is 7 different days. And so, yeah, I think I did go into this as many times. It's just I was focusing more on specific shades in this palette versus the Shadow Kiss. I went into quite a few more shades than this one, but obviously this one's a little bit bigger. So anyway, enjoyed this palette this month. I've naturally just been going into it. I haven't really been forcing myself. I have been doing a little bit more of like pinky purple looks. So whenever I can, I have incorporated these shades in those. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's not my favorite palette by any means anymore, and it never really has been, but I'm very, very pleased that I hit pan with the focus shade, because I knew that it was dipping down and it was getting very powdery as a formula. So I just felt like it was going to be an easy one to hit pan on. This one was a surprise, I will admit, the Desire one. I did go into it just the once, and I was like, oh, there's the pan. And I was like, okay, I actually have that in the short, but I didn't make it like a very noticeable in the short. But anyway, I went into that one. I think what I'm going to do in terms of a focus, I think I'm going to start working more on these more warm tones over here, because I do think Juicy would be a nice one to try to hit pan on. It has the same formula as this one. Wait, what is this one called? Oh, this one's called Filthy. This one's called Juicy. So it has the same sort of powdery consistency as Filthy, and I do have quite a bit of use on it. So I do think that I would potentially be able to hit pan on it if I focus on it and I focus on more of these warmer tones, which I think for spring, it kind of makes sense. I'm doing a lot more pinks and purples for spring and like pastel shades, but I think once hopefully we'll get some nice weather again, I'll want to dip into my warmer shade. So I think Juicy will be a focus one. The rest of these don't really have much use, so whenever I do go into them, I'm going to try to get as much use, but they're not going to be like hit pan use by any means. I still want to hit pan in this shade, and I'm really trying to in a way, but I just find it very, very difficult to work with. I don't quite, it's like one of their marbled shades, and I don't quite know how you hit pan in it, because half of the shade is quite hard and the rest of the half is quite lovely and like a really nice shiny shimmer. So yeah, I find this quite difficult to use, but you can see I have a little bit of a dip forming, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there. But this would be definitely a focus. And I was thinking initially this one would be one that I would try to hit pan on this month, and potentially next month I could try to, because it is quite a creamy shadow. It's called Shameless, and then the same thing for Irresistible. So I think these two, in terms of like what would be easy to hit pan on, those two would be if I focused on them. So there's definitely potential here of getting a lot more pans. I just need to focus on them. But yeah, I've been really enjoying the two palettes this month, and I don't feel like I've neglected them too much. I haven't used them as much as maybe other people use their Pan That palettes, and I've said that multiple times, but as long as I am getting use out of them and I'm really, really enjoying them, that's all that matters to me. And I have some pans. I have pans, so, you know, there's something there, right? So anyway. Thank you so much for watching the video and joining me, and like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you all next time in my next video. Bye!